Hello, everyone. As part of the Highlighting STEM Professionals series, today I will be talking about Dr. Mae Jemison. My name is Emma Nicolason. I'm currently a junior at Michigan State University, studying in the College of Natural Science with a major in neuroscience, and also I'm an economics major in the College of Social Science. Right, so let's jump right in. Well, who is Dr. Jemison? She is most widely known, famously, as the first African American woman who traveled in space with NASA. But she's also served in many professional roles outside of NASA. Famously, she's been a Peace Corps volunteer, an engineer, a medical doctor. She went through the whole med school process. But she's also been a professor and an entrepreneur. So she's a very incredible, well-rounded individual that I'm excited to talk about today. So let's start off with her childhood and education. Well, in 1956, she was born in Decatur, Alabama, but her family quickly moved to Chicago, where they enrolled her in grade school. And her teachers could tell from a pretty young age that she was a very, very bright girl. In 1973, she attended this high school early, and she also graduated early from Morgan Park High School. Graduated early enough to start Stanford at only 16 years old in 1977. And she graduated from Stanford with a Bachelor's of Science in Chemical Engineering, but also a Bachelor's of Arts in African American Studies. So she was very interested outside of just STEM-based fields on a lot of other issues that she was kind of seeing around her every day. And then in 1981, she completed medical school and her graduate studies at Cornell. And then from this period, 1983 to 1985, she served as a Peace Corps medical officer actually in Africa. All right, and now, on to some of the more famous stuff in her career. So when she served in NASA, she's actually it was very interesting. She was chosen out of a class of 2,000 students to be the first African American female as a NASA astronaut. So it was a super big achievement. Her famous flight, her first and only flight, was on the Endeavour space shuttle in 1992 on September 12th. And this was a very famous joint mission with Japan's space program. And it was also famous. There were some other very exciting parts about this mission, including the scientific experiments she was able to conduct. Some of the major ones for her included looking at the effects of weightlessness on bones and how it would kind of impact the human body. But she also conducted and directed about 42 other human health and science experiments. So she was very, very busy up in space. And then some of her current work and impact. Well, in 1993, she founded the Jemison Institute for Advancing Technology in Developing Countries. And then in 1999, she actually accepted a professorial position at Cornell. And then she moved on to found the Biosentient Corporation. And this corporation focuses on managing stress, hypertension, migraines, and other conditions that are faced by both astronauts and everyday citizens. So very, very critical work. And then from this period, 1995 to 2002, she was a professor at Dartmouth College. And then currently, present day, she is the director of the Jemison Institute. She is a leader in the program called the 100-Year Starship Project. And this is a project put on by DARPA, or the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. And this agency and this project looks at interstellar space travel. And the reason I selected Dr. Jemison, really, she's a trailblazer in multiple STEM fields. It's crazy because at first she was rejected from NASA when she first applied in 1983. But she applied again in 1987, and look where she is today. And she was also interested in many things outside of science. She was invested in dance. She did all sorts of community projects. She was a leader in a lot of different clubs and chapters at her university. Even while she was doing all this really intense scientific study. She continues to do work and push herself. She's still invested in a lot of very, very important programs. And definitely hasn't let her ambition drop after NASA. And to me, she's also just a source of inspiration for underrepresented people in STEM. And I think that she's as she continues to be an inspiration, as she continues to keep working and to keep making the world a better place, it's a very big inspiration for people everywhere. And these are my references if you'd like to learn a little bit more about Dr. Jemison.